Hi everyone, I'm Rick Hunter and this is my fantastic wife, Maureen.
Hi, everybody.
We own Hunterline from Cambridge, Ontario, Canada. We manufacture Craftsman kits in N, HO, S, and O, and O and 30, and some of the narrow gauges too. We've been in business for 26 years. Uh, we like to do shows. We do all the national shows from coast to coast in Canada and the United States. We probably do about 20 shows a year when we can do shows. Like lately, we cannot. We're showing some of our displays at a show. You can see that we show all scales, and some of them get pretty complicated. We'll go into more of that shortly.
We'll show you a bunch of our different kits and talk a little bit more about the weathering mix as well.
At shows, we do a lot of conversing with our customers back and forth. We learn from them and they learn from us. Maureen is always at the beginning, at the front table, uh, making one of our kits right in front of you. And you can come back in a couple hours and see how it's progressing, or sit down and talk about a certain technique or something. We'll be happy to show you.
I've learned so much by sitting at that fun table, just sharing techniques and people letting me know their tips. It's been great, great experience. We do little clinics at the table as well. We'll run a little weathering mix clinic, show you how to distress wood and how to color it. That's always been a fun thing to do.
This is what our kits look like. We have them color coded. N is orange, blue is HO, S is yellow, and green is O. We also suggest using S for ON30 because the NMRA specs are exactly the same for those. So we do promote that. This is what our drawings look like. I'm in AutoCAD. These are very detailed drawings, and they're also used as a template. Okay, so you build all of our kits right on the drawing. There's a lot of information there, and all the details brought out to you, and so on. Our instructions are very simple and straightforward. We assume you know nothing about it. Our first page is usually the history, and then a couple pages of the methods and techniques, and then into the meat of the project that we're doing, both in text and in images. This is some of our hows. These are 86 foot and 170 foot, and our piers. This is what they look like on a layout. So that's the through bridge and the deck bridge and the pier in the center. This is a little closer picture of it. And this is our 86-foot deck bridge. This is a good example of all the MBWs that we do supply with them. And all the rods are phosphorus bronze rods, and we do supply the drill bit that fits that rod. We build queen post bridges. This is the only kit that we have that is we produce in a standard gauge and a narrow gauge because they are drastically different in sizes. That's what it looks like on a layout. You can see that the shakes on top, these are our own shakes. They're very prototypical of the time period. They are random and they look great when they're done. Again, they come in 4 sizes. The HOS and O are actually solid basswood, where the end scale is actually a birch laminate because we couldn't get the sheets thin enough for end scale. These are our trestles. There's 2 different versions, a frame version and a pile version. We also have curved trestles. Any of our curved kits or any of our trestle kits can be made into a curve. We have very detailed instructions on how to do a curve. Any curve you want. This is what it looks like on a layout. We also produce a snow shed. We're one of the few in the world that actually produce a snow shed. This is mile 24 on the Coquihalla subdivision in British Columbia. This is what it looks like in a layout and on a curve. These are our first two designs, the king post and the queen post. That's what the queen post looks like on a layout. We also produce a tunnel liner. Again, this is off a CPR on the spiral tunnels in British Columbia. We also produce a portal and a retaining wall. The retaining wall can be used for double what you see there, or a lot of little ones, or some big ones. Doesn't matter. And there's what the combination looks like: the portal, the retaining wall, and going into the snow shed. We also produce a little snow fence. This is a great one-night project. Maureen does all the weathering mix, so we'll pass it on to her to talk about weathering mix.
Hi, the second big part of our business is the weathering mix, and it's the base of the weathering mix is 70% isopropyl alcohol, and we mix different colors of leather dye to get the 45 colors that we have. 4 of those colors are pigments, and I'll talk a little bit about them a little later on. They're a thicker stain, so different application with that. This is just what it looks like at a show. We've got the little samples of wood above the weathering mix to show you the different colors. These pictures that you're going to see next are customers who sent in models that they've built using our stains. The weathering mix works on wood, hydrocal, plastic, paper, foam, fabric, lots of different things. You just have to use your imagination. To find out more specifics as to how to apply it, you can go to our website and look at the YouTube there on weathering. This one is a 3D printer crawler, which is out of paper. So this person used sandalwood brown, light gray, and dark brown to get the effect that you see. Looks pretty great. And here's a plastic rail car. This person used a creosote black to just dry brush on different areas to highlight the rivets and the boards that you see there. It really turns that simple, straightforward, plain-looking boxcar into a really nicely weathered car, which doesn't take much time at all. Here it is used on wood, on basswood. There's a little yellow structure there that's using our yellow cream, and they've weathered it with our light brown. They've dry brushed a little bit of light brown here and there under the eaves and up from the bottom. And the wall adjacent to that yellow building is boxcar brown, and they've used sandpaper to kind of take away some of that stain to give it that weathered look. And the little building below the yellow cream one is made with our hunter green. And golden brown was used to do all the framing, and light gray for the stairs. This is another structure, the coaling structure, where driftwood was used as the base coat, and then someone used the creosote black to darken up the areas where you'd find the grime and grease and sooty areas that you find on trackside structures. So it really brings it to life. Here's another neat little structure. This person used driftwood, blue gray, and raw sienna, and you can see the individualized colors in the stripwood, which really looks great. And you can use it on rock, hydrocal, plaster. These structures you can use our pigments. We have cottage white cement shale that you can put on the structure first and then wipe it off with a sponge or paper towel. It really looks great for mortar lines. And then this fellow used medium brown and golden brown to do the different colored rock variations. You can use light gray, creosote black, whatever. Someone here has sent in an oil painting where they used our sky blue pigment, which is the thicker stain, and they use that for the sky and the water. Here's a styrene structure that was stained with PT green, and then the basement structure there with the strip board is Cordovan brown. It looks like with some dry brushed areas of creosote black. Here's our covered bridge. The shakes really turn out well. I've used a driftwood as a base color and just adding some dry brushing with Cordovan brown and creosote black. And again, the side wall of the covered bridge is a light gray coat as a base coat, dry brush with barn red and creosote black. And this is our tie stringer assembly using driftwood, tie brown, and Cordovan. I just use different colors for different ties and apply them haphazardly and cover with a black wash. And that's it. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. You can go to our website for further information or get in touch with us and have fun.